let us go through all the projects I did in order. I will tell you what I learned from each one, and then we'll look at the final one that actually made money. Also, we're not counting freelancing. That is a separate thing. So only looking at things that I coded with the goal of making money. This all started 2.5 years ago when I just finished making Portfolio, which was a website where developers could find other developers to basically improve their portfolio. For example, this guy needed help with a wireframe, and then he maybe is a front-end developer or back-end developer, and then you can collaborate with other people to just make a good portfolio. And from that, I got the idea of where could you show this portfolio, and maybe I should make a portfolio template. And this is when I created the... Looking back at this is kind of bad, but at the time, I thought this was a huge, crazy, good idea. Basically a simple template that talks about you and where you can just display your portfolio. And the cool part was that the character you can see here was customizable. So you could go to Figma, you can see all the things, and then for example, the t-shirt. I wanted, for example, let's say we want green, shoes will be black. And you can just download this image and then basically update your portfolio. And I basically launched this idea on UI8 and a bunch of other similar websites, and it completely flopped. No one was interested at all. It was pretty bad. Actually, if you want, this is completely free on my GitHub right now. So if you want to have a template with this character customizer thing. And if we look at the thing that I learned was that niche product is good, but too niche is not good. If we look at this idea today, like you can now generate characters, you can pretty much generate all of this landing page design. So if we look at this today, it's a freaking really bad idea. But 2.5 years ago, this was actually still a bad idea. Next project I did was 1.5 years ago. It was a Figma plugin that you can find in Figma. If you go under plugins and type character illustrations, and then we open it up, you just pick a category. So casual, you pick a character you like. So let's say Mario, and then you have a bunch of poses. So if we pick one of the poses, it just gets added into Figma, and then we can use that to improve our designs or basically do stuff. And this plugin is surprisingly popular. It has around 13K users, but everything is completely free. So all of the characters you see and all the variations, etc., is completely free, but the chooser can choose to click on Get 3D Files. And if they click on that, they can buy the actual 3D file. So here we can see Mario, and he is $44. And this plugin, I don't know how, by just giving away these PNG images that I gave away anyways and made a Figma plugin out of, increased revenue by 50%. It was kind of crazy how well this plugin works. It only took me 3 weeks to make this using simple React and Tailwind CSS. So if you guys ever needed a project coding idea, I recommend making Figma plugins. It's absolutely easy to do, and you get basically users instantly for free. I did actually post this on Product Hunt. It got around 82 upvotes. So make a plugin and post it on Product Hunt. Maybe you'll pop off. I don't know. And what I learned from this project was that, basically freemium works. So giving away things for free, and then if they want to, they can buy stuff, simply works. So the third project is kind of related to the second project. So around 1 year ago, when all the image generator stuff was popping off, consistent characters looked like this. So you had a character, but all the variations of that character kind of did not look the same. So it was similar, but you could still spot that they do not look the same. But then the new AI models came out that basically kept the characters consistent. So we had this character and then wearing headphones or having a book, and you could tell that this was the exact same character, not like here where it kind of looks the same, but clearly a different person. I thought this was pretty cool, and I wanted to kind of see if people are interested in this AI generated stuff. So I created a website called mascot.now where you could basically generate your brand mascot in just 1 hour. And how it worked was that you tell your idea, where we make a T-pose of the character together. I would basically generate it, and then you would choose your style, so any of these ones, and then you confirm. Basically, you just say this character is good, I want this character, and then I would just generate 20 plus poses of this exact character just using AI image generator stuff. The idea absolutely flopped. It was kind of crazy. And what I learned from it was that having a working MVP, not just a landing page, is very important, because I think the thousands of people that visited the site expected to actually test the product, but there was only like a, I don't know, get a Zoom call type thing or send an email, and people just wanted to literally test this right now. So MVPs are very important. The fourth idea was the most unique and the best one I had so far. If we compare it to the other ideas, I think this one was the best one. I do like to do 3D stuff in the browser. So this readydeveloper.me, the character thing where you choose poses, where you choose colors, customize it. Basically, I just like to make 3D browser stuff. I just think it's pretty cool. And I was thinking, and I saw a Saturnity, this guy that made a bunch of templates in Tailwind CSS that people can reuse. And I thought to myself, what if I made the same thing, but for 3D things? So 3D components that people can just copy, prompt, and integrate in their React projects. And I just started building and posting about the idea on Twitter, literally just making the landing page and doing some simple front-end stuff. And to my surprise, this build in public thing actually worked. I got 4 people that signed up to the waitlist by me just posting on Twitter. My Twitter is not popular at all. I have like 250 followers and my posts got like 100 views. So I'm not, I'm not balling like that. I just made this waitlist where people could enter their email if they were interested in this idea, and I did this with this emoji type thing. And around 10 people signed up for this 3D component idea, and I thought that was not enough, and I basically gave up on the idea and I decided not to do it. And looking back at this, what I learned was that making more than a landing page is very important. I think this is the biggest learning I did, was just make something more than a landing page that gets emails, because that's... And the 5th project, the next one that I did, I'm actually kind of embarrassed about, because it's kind of cringe, but I decided to become a course guy. I spent months making a 3JS course, and I realized it's basically, to keep it short, it completely flopped. No one was interested, and it's now completely free and open source on my GitHub. If you want to learn 3JS, check it out. But to keep it short, I don't want to do courses ever again. And that was my learning, not to become a course guy. I'm very embarrassed. I'm very sorry. I'm not going to do that again. But I just mentioned my biggest failure, which was not building an actual working prototype. And that is the next project I actually did. I decided to actually build something that works. So I took the idea which was the 3D component thing, and I thought, let me actually make it. And make it, I did. This is how it looks like right now on their 3D UI design. You basically choose a shape. So 2 of them are free. You choose one of them which you like. Let's go with 69. This one looks pretty cool. You can then customize it. So you can choose the color, the material. So let's say matte and blue. This looks awesome. We can also add some motion. So speed, axis, floating, and the interaction. Let's change the hover effect to be black. Bam. And then basically you can just copy the prompt for AI and just add this into your own website. So the same thing as with this globe thing. You can do the exact same thing, but with this custom shape, you just customize, you just copy code or copy prompt. And yeah, that was kind of the MVP that I made. And then I tried to promote it. So I did the launch on Product Hunt. It got only 4 upvotes and completely failed. I was really mad about that one. I also tried to post a lot on Twitter about the 3D UI design thing, and it didn't work too well. I got only like 100 views. And I also tried Reddit, which actually worked the best. I got like 4.2K upvotes. And actually, no one purchased anything, and I was quite sad about it because I spent a lot of time making this and nobody was interested, and I was actually really sad. So I started just learning electronics to avoid the pain. I light up a LED. I did some potentiometer stuff. I started moving a fan. I basically spent like 1 or 2 or even 3 weeks just doing electronics and not looking at 3D UI design thing at all. I just did electronics. And out of nowhere, randomly, someone made a purchase on 3D UI design. I don't know how. I think it got posted somewhere, but someone purchased and people started signing up on the wait list. So they went on the components part and they started adding their email here. Also, a few people joined under the custom shapes. It was pretty cool. I was pretty happy about that someone actually purchased. It wasn't a lot. I didn't make any profit or anything. It's still a very bad financial decision. And what I learned was to make MVPs, not just a landing page. I realized that if people actually can try the product, and if you advertise it enough and actually keep building it, people will try it, and hopefully you build something that they will like.